This is the part of the video where I start doing quirky things to make you think I'm a quirky boy. There. Hello everybody, what's up, what's new, how are you? Welcome to my video. This is my very first manga haul video. My name is The Saz. You might know me from Twitch, probably not. I've started collecting manga, and this is the first, I'm gonna say 15 days of collecting. What I've collected the first 15 days. Days. What I've collected in the very first 15 days of my manga collection. Life. I'm gonna go with life. There are more up there in my very small manga collection thus far. There are some up there in my small manga collection that I will not be going over today because technically I'm not supposed to have it yet. Therefore, I'm getting some for my birthday, which is in 2 days from now, and they already arrived, so I feel like it doesn't count for the May manga haul term. It's very late. It's 2 a.m. I'm a little bit tired. Words are hard. But first, a little bit about me, I guess, since this is my very first manga haul video. I've been into anime for a long time, since about high school, and now I'm about 4 years into college. I got really into it during college, especially in these last few months. In this last, I would say, 6 months, I've watched 20 days of anime. 20 days worth. That's a lot. That's a lot of anime to watch during 1.5 year time period. And I got really into watching videos about anime and about the industry, and I felt emboldened to start sustaining the industry, so to say. I think it was watching manga haul videos, especially those by CJ versus Manga and Base Senpai, and I don't know, it's just random videos I found online that made me really think I could start collecting. And so far, I've been loving it. I'm loving reading these manga, and hopefully you'll get a little bit excited, a residual excitement from this video, or what have you. Usually I drink like coffee before they do this type of thing, but today's a different scenario, so let's see which ones I got. First one's first. I'll start with the only manga series that I bought from eBay, used, because I didn't really know much about the series. I just heard it thrown around before, and it sounded kind of interesting, and I was just, I don't know, so excited to buy manga used. I hadn't done eBay, so I was excited to see what buying off of eBay would be like. I bought Genshiken. I read all of these volumes in about, I don't know, 2 days. I go really slow with how I read these manga because I don't want them to run out before I get my next batches. But yeah, it's about a small group of otaku, and one that's afraid to be fully otaku, be honest with themselves about who they are. Of course, there's like a handsome otaku guy that just, I don't know, he's so freaking into it. He's unabashedly in love with the entire culture of otaku, and he has a girlfriend. Eventually they start dating at some point, and she is so not into it, and she wants to make him stop, or he just wants him to not be that. And slowly you can kind of tell that she's becoming a little bit more accepting of it, but she still pretends she's like an otaku tsundere almost at some points, it seems like. But she definitely doesn't get it this far in. 3 volumes in, she's still definitely not into the whole thing. But I don't know, seeing how these guys behave around one another, how they bounce off of each other, has been really fun. And I don't know, the story of accepting what you love, not being afraid to be excited about the things that you enjoy, is something that we can all get down with. There's definitely some yellowing of the pages, used library book. It's got the film all around it that you cannot take off unless you want to rip the page. It's got markings and scratching out the barcodes. There's a page that slips out. This page just kind of slips out, just not connected at all. So not sure if I'm going to keep doing eBay all that much. I've been scorned so far, but this was 3 volumes for $10, so I don't know. Seemed worth it. Read a good story. Gotta get the next 2 omnibuses for the first part of Genshiken. So good. Next one is Yotsuba. I got 2 volumes of Yotsuba. 1, 2. God, I love this. I love this so much. It's just every single story. I love Jumbo. Jumbo's my favorite. Easily my favorite. And Yotsuba, the way she bounces off of everybody's just adorable. Wholesome comedy. It's just so nice to laugh at something so sweet and so genuine, so nice. I finished the first one. I read this specific series very slowly. For how small the manga are, they're kind of spendy a little bit. More spendy than I'd expect. So I try to read just like one chapter a day. That way I can really make this last, get the feels that I need for the day, the happy vibes going. I can't wait to get the next one. I want to have this entire series. This is definitely one I'm going to try to fully collect. It's just so nice. Oh god, 10 out of 10. God. All right, this is definitely one you guys have probably heard about. I know you've heard about the last two probably if you're watching manga haul videos, but this one you've been hearing about more recently. This is definitely a more current manga that people are talking about. It's all the rage with the kids. The Way of the Househusband. I got volumes 1 and 2. 3 is on the way, of course. I'm only halfway through this one. I got this today, but I ordered it last month, so whatever. We're gonna fit it in. I'm enjoying it. It's I would say the comedy doesn't hit as well as Yotsuba does for me, but it is still funny. It is still very charming, and I love reading it. I can't really stop myself from reading it. I was reading it in the car and I couldn't put it down, so I ended up just staying in the car. When my roommates went to the store, I just stayed in the car and read because I don't know, I just like it. It's so good. I'm going a little bit fast, I know, but less to say about this. It's not, these last two are a lot less story related. They're definitely more episodic. Still definitely worth your time. Yes. This story right here is so good. Blank canvas. I've got volumes 1, 2, 3, and 4. The 5th one is not out yet, so this is complete or up to date, if you will, for American releases, English releases. This story is great. I can't stop myself from reading it all the way through in one sitting. There's no picking this up, reading some of it, and putting it down and then picking it up later. No, you get it in the mail, you open it up, and you sit down for a good 30 minutes or so, maybe more, maybe less, depending on how much you want to focus on the pictures, and it's a delight. Sometimes it's infuriating. Sometimes it is soothing and sweet and wholesome. Sometimes it's just everything. And you know the whole time where it's going. It's about this young lady. It was written by the same person that did Jellyfish, Princess Jellyfish, whatever. Haven't even read that. Haven't watched it. I only know this. This is my first introduction to this mangaka, and it's amazing. It's an amazing story. It's the story about this young, aspiring mangaka and her journey from high school to being a manga creator, how she learned from this sensei of art, initially to get to college and eventually just to be a better artist, and their relationship, how they bounce off one another, how she relies on him, follows his every word, lies to him, or keeps the truth from him about her intentions with art, never telling him she wants to be a mangaka, the fallout of their relationship in some ways, and reconvening and eventual potential end. I haven't read the 5th volume yet online. I try not to read any manga that I don't own. I like to own it physically. I've only read one series partially online, which I'm not proud of, but I'm not doing it anymore. Never again. Felt too bad, so now I'm buying it. And that was Berserk. I read like 100 chapters of that. That was my first one. Probably a bad starter. Don't start with Berserk, guys. I can't wait to know how the story ends in July. I can get the 5th volume. These covers are also amazing. Worth your time. Next up, Solanin. Solanin by Inio Asano. I've heard so many good things about this author or mangaka. This is one of the series that people recommend everybody to get. It's definitely emotional. It was a wild ride. It started slow, but then at one point you started to feel like you get it. You get what it's saying. You get what it's going for. You get what's going to happen. It was either I get a full story in one volume of manga, or I start Goodnight Pun Pun, whatever you pronounce it. I heard Goodnight Pun Pun is a little bit more heavy, so I went with Solanin for now because I think I can handle the themes in this one. I like how it starts. It's music related. Myself, I used to be a drummer in a band back before I had to go to college and put that life behind me. I am a college student, soon to be a graduate. Don't know how life's gonna be, you know, it's never fully certain, and that tackles those themes as well. I don't know. So it was a really beautiful story, and I really enjoyed it. I don't regret buying this, and the art is definitely beautiful. Get Solanin. It's worth a read. Kind of realizing that for a first manga haul, this might be a lot, but I don't know. I wanted to read it, but the next series that I started collecting was One Piece omnibuses. This is the best time to start reading one of the most beloved shonen series of all time, but I didn't want to have to buy every single one. When you're collecting manga kind of on a budget, but you want to read one of the highest number of volume series, literally there are over 90 volumes of this stuff. I can't collect 90 volumes. That's a lot of money. That would end up being $1,000 easily if I were to do that. Doing it this way, each one of these costs 10 to 15 bucks, and it has 3 of them. 3. I just want the story. I'm not a hardcore collector, at least not yet. One day, if I feel like I need the singles, I'll get the singles. So I got omnibuses 1, 2, 3, and I'm in the middle of this one right now, and 4. I actually watched the anime of this. I'll be sharing my anime list and manga list down below if you want to follow along or whatever. I actually watched this series for about 100 episodes before I got bored. I think I watched it too far apart between sessions or binges of the show that I started losing track of the story and the characters, so I got bored, confused. It was sometime in the Alabasta arc in Baroque Works, which apparently is a great saga, and that was a great arc, but I don't know, I wasn't feeling it, at least not watching it. But now that I'm reading it, I'm really enjoying it a lot more. I can follow along a lot better. I can binge the story faster. I know at some point I'll probably still watch the anime, but this is the way I want to consume the story for now, and I think it's really good. I've caught myself multiple times cheering out loud, and I've caught myself having my jaw drop to the floor because I just loved what was happening. Like the time that Luffy kicked Buggy in the nards while his torso was flying at Nami. I don't know. I love that scene way more than I probably should have. But yeah, One Piece, really good story. I don't really need to tell you a whole lot about One Piece. I think you know how good One Piece is. Most people do. Next one is Hunter x Hunter. Hunter x Hunter, Volume 1, Yoshihiro Togashi. I loved the anime so much, and when I thought about sustaining the industry, this is the first series that I wanted to support, because when I watched this series, it changed my outlook on the stories that could be told in shonen. It blew my mind. The Chimera Ant arc was insane to watch and beautiful, and had me feeling things I did not expect to be feeling for characters I did not expect to feel things for. I've not made it far in this volume yet, mostly because I don't know, I don't feel motivated to read this one as much as I do the other series that I know a whole lot less about. The story is still very fresh in my mind. I know everything that's going to happen in this. And to be real, the art's good, but it's not the best art. It's still an amazing story. But compared to some of the stories I'm reading, some of the art that I see in these manga, it's not as good. I don't like the design of the characters as much as I do in the show. I will read this. It is good in its own ways, but I'm going to take my time getting to this one. I definitely don't know if I want to collect this whole series. It's a lot of volumes. It's going to add up, especially since I already know the story. I don't know if I'm ready to do that yet. So this will take a while, but it'll happen. The last series that I'll be sharing with you guys today that I've collected for the half month haul of May is Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm liking this a whole lot. I love the colors. I love the variety of the colors so far already. Beautiful. I had a friend that recommended this to me. They told me that there's an anime coming for it, and I liked the idea of a more dark and haunted and ghouly and bloody series for shonen. So I read the first 3 chapters on the Shonen Jump app just to get a feel for it, and I liked it enough that I sprung for the first volume, and I read it, and I got to the end, and it left me on a cliffhanger that I was too excited about to not follow up on and read, and I immediately bought the second volume right after I finished the first, and not long after that, I got the third. It's good. I like it. I think it has a lot of promise. The story could go some really interesting ways, some interesting places. Sometimes the mangaka can make it a little hard to follow certain abilities characters have. The idea for how reverse curse energy works, or reverse curse technique works, I don't know, sounds a little silly. He described it in terms of multiplication, like negative times negative equals positive. It's not math, bro. It's sure, yeah, whatever, man. It's your story. You do what you want, but I don't know. I wasn't vibing with his explanations for some things, and he made us a few explanations for story elements a little bit convoluted. On the whole, I think this is really enjoyable. I am liking it, and I am very excited to keep reading the series. I believe one of my friends actually bought me the 4th volume. And that leads me to my next point for the next manga haul, the one of June, which I will be putting out at the beginning of the July probably, will feature mostly manga volumes that I got as gifts, including the series I did not talk about right here. That's 8 volumes that I left out today because those are birthday gifts. So I'm counting them for the month of June, as of at least June 6th, my own birthday. And I'm very excited to talk about those manga. I got interested in this series that I'll talk about next month from watching the anime, and it was gorgeous and mysterious and awesome and so cool that I just had to get them in manga form. Had to do it. Had to buy the physical manga. I need to know where the story goes. I can't wait until the 2nd season maybe comes out. No, I need to know what happens next now. And I think the covers of them are gorgeous, but I'll talk about all that later. I'll cover all that in the next video. But for now, thank you guys so much for coming to my very first manga haul video. Hopefully it wasn't too bad. Hopefully I did not horrible for the first one. We'll see how much I care to edit this later. This will take me a little bit to put together. I'm not the best editor, so bear with me here. But yeah, have a lovely day. Drink water. Enjoy manga, sustain the industry, or whatever people say at the end of these videos. I've been the Saws. You can find me at other places, probably, like Twitch, if you liked any of this. Yeah. Bye.